Okay, welcome to Consciousness Currency. This is your founder, Jamie Devine, and I just want to go a brief overview of what you're going to get inside of our community. So number one is the consciousness part, the instant transformation with Donn Smith. And Donn I met a few years ago, absolutely changed my life in all areas. He has a 2-hour process that you go through, and he brings you back to the moment that you created the ego. And the ego is responsible for every toxic pattern and behavior in your existence. So there's a quote by Neville Goddard. He says, the man's chief delusion is that there's causes outside of his own consciousness, his own state of consciousness. And I found that to be absolutely true in my journey. And so the first thing was my health. You know, I had been always trying to be a healthy person, but up until the moment that I met Donn, I was constantly abusing myself with alcohol, I was constantly abusing myself with smoking, I was constantly abusing myself with toxic food I knew wasn't good for me. And so no matter what I did, I wasn't able to change those behaviors for very long. I would always fall back into my old toxic patterns. And I had tried everything. I had gone through multiple religions, journeys with shamans, plant medicines, personal development for 15 years, hundreds of thousands of dollars spent in all the different programs with the gurus and the mentors. And I still had those toxic patterns when I showed up and worked with Donn April 2020. And the next was my financial part. I'd always been an entrepreneur since the age of 13, and I had produced millions of dollars up until that point, but I could never seem to hold on to it. It would never last. I couldn't really create a long-lasting wealth because my toxic patterns were that I would just waste the finances. So no matter how much came in, I just couldn't keep it. And so that was a deep-rooted, insecurity that was constantly with me that I didn't know how to overcome. And going through Donn's process, I found out the reason why all those other programs didn't work to get to the root cause was because the cause of it happened neurologically. It happened before the age of reason, happened before I had my intellect conscious mind. And so all the other programs were trying to deal with that on an intellectual level and couldn't reverse it. So Donn's program is absolutely priceless. He used to only work with elite, multiple billionaires and C-class executives from all over the world's top corporations. And then over his journey, he began helping the masses not too long ago, right as we were getting together. I said, Donn, this needs to get out there to everyone. So that's the first thing that you're going to get through the program. I mean, it's absolutely priceless. The other main area that helped with me is the area of my relationships. I constantly repeated and attracted toxic relationships that just could never work out. And so all of that in my life has done a complete 180 since going through Donn's process. I mean, I'm effortlessly healthy now. I have zero addictions, haven't touched alcohol, caffeine, nicotine, any external substance that before I needed because I was attempting to cover up that deep-rooted pain that I didn't have any solution for. I didn't know how to work through it. And then, of course, my finances have been able to attract a lot more than I ever need. And now I'm able to come from this place of service that is just not about the money at all. So really, really healthy place to be in all areas. My relationship, I'm engaged to be married. I'd never thought that I would be, even up until 30. I never thought I was going to get married because of the toxic negative experiences I had up until then with relationships, but just in such a healthy relationship, and my whole life is completely different. So that's going to be a priceless experience for you on the way into the community, because even though we do have very powerful financial products, I'm a true believer that the foundation of everything is your state of consciousness, and you can see that with people that have become financially successful, but their life in every other area is a disaster, or they're in and out of rehab, because the money that they thought was the answer wasn't the answer, or they commit suicide, and the same thing. Those are extreme examples, but everyone's dealing with a degree of or a level of of one of those, and the finances just don't help. I know for me, it was just fuel to the fire. It just gave me more time and more money to spend on my addictions. And so that's the base layer foundation. That's everything, in my opinion. And then the finances can flow easily and effortlessly after that. And we have the next thing that you're going to get is the PAMM, which is percentage allocation management. It's a fancy word for a master account that we have a master trader on. And this guy, Jaco, he's been trading for decades. He created his own AI algorithm a few years back, spent millions of dollars in development, and up until now, he's only dealt with institutional level and high net worth clients. He used to trade for the cargo fund in Canada. It was a $40 billion fund with a B. And then he realized that his six-figure salary that they were giving him compared to the results he was getting them, obviously it made a lot more sense for him to go private and on his own with his algorithm and work with clients himself. So Jaco is trading on our account. It's normally a $250,000 minimum investment, but because we're the bridge, the institution that's giving access to our whole community, you can be involved for as little as $500. And the track record, you can see, we have about 7 years of track record from Jaco, and on average, 50 to 60% per year is what he's been able to produce. That's on the low end. Now that we're dealing with the retail market, I had the discussion with Jaco that we'd like to double those results. So we're shooting for 120% for the returns on the PAMM. And then the last thing that you're going to get, which is really exciting, is the crypto fund. We're moving into a serious bull market right now in the cryptocurrency market. We don't know how long that's going to last. We're forecasting about 12 to 18 months. But really, the longer you wait to get involved with that, the more riskier it is and the less returns that you're going to see. So we're looking at cutting that off at the first part of 2024. But essentially, it works exactly like the PAMM. We have a master account that Josh, who's produced absolutely amazing results in the past. He's 2021, I watched him grow his portfolio over 8,000% just with, picking the right small projects that had good foundation, good infrastructure, solid leadership, legitimate projects. And he's going to be able to manage that whole fund. So again, you can be involved with minimum $500 and get the results that Josh is getting on the crypto fund. So that's the whole picture. As of right now, I welcome you into the community. Up until this year, January 2024 is when we're officially launching everything. We have a crypto bank that's launching, a banking app. Our own brokerage, because we're sick and tired of trusting other brokers that said that they were, doing right, but they weren't transparent and we couldn't trust them. So we created our own brokerage so that we have our funds, in our own brokerage. But that's all launching January 2024. So for the next few weeks here, up until the new year, I want to just open up the doors to anyone that wants to get involved. Normally we have a $2,500 entrance fee right now to the community, but we're going to waive that for the next few weeks up until January 2024. So anyone that you really care about, you want to get involved, it's going to be absolutely free to get involved. You can go through Donn's process. You can go through, you get involved with the PAMM and get involved with the crypto fund as well, all with no entrance fee. So that's what we're doing up until January, where we officially launch everything. We're never going to be able to do that again, but I just wanted to, in the spirit of the holidays and the gifting season, give a little Santa Claus promotion for everyone and just open up the doors until January. So hope to see you on the inside. If you have any questions, please reach out. If someone invited you to our community, you can get back to them for more information.